In the heart of a small village in Umuolo, there lived a family that clung tightly to old beliefs. The Samoa family, proud and traditional, believed boys were the future and girls belonged to the past. Why waste money on a girl? Mr. Samoa would say, his voice thick with certainty. A girl's place is the kitchen. She'll end up in a man's house, cooking yam porridge. He had 3 children, 2 girls and a boy. His pride rested solely on the boy, John, who was given every opportunity, new uniforms, private tutors, even a smartphone for research. But the oldest child, Amarachi, had something John didn't. Hunger. Not for food, but for knowledge. At 12, she would sneak into John's room at night, borrowing his books and reading them under a dim kerosene lamp while her mother slept after long hours of pounding yam and sweeping compounds. She learned multiplication before John. She could recite poems, write essays, and even fix the family's broken radio. But when she begged her father to let her go to secondary school, his response was swift and cruel. Your mates are learning how to cook bitter leaf soup. You're here talking grammar. Who will marry you if you become too educated? Her heart broke that day. Still, she didn't stop learning. She began helping the local tailor with measuring customers. Every free second was spent studying scraps of books others threw away. She listened to radio programs, mimicked BBC anchors, and wrote stories on torn rice paper bags. One day, a new teacher named Miss Rachel came to the village from the city. She noticed Amarachi's brilliance when she corrected a mathematical error during a tailoring session. Shocked and intrigued, Miss Rachel visited Mr. Samuel's home. Sir, your daughter is gifted. She deserves to be in school. But Mr. Samuel waved her off with a laugh. All that brain will end up in a man's bedroom. Let her stay where she belongs. Miss Rachel left, but Amarachi's story didn't. She secretly enrolled Amarachi in a community scholarship program for girls, forged by an NGO determined to uplift forgotten minds. With silent defiance, Amarachi began attending classes at dawn, returning before her father woke. Her mother covered for her with chores and excuses. For 2 years, she hid her progress. Until the day everything changed. John failed his West African Secondary School certificate exams again. Mr. Samoa raged, throwing blames everywhere. Later that day, Amarachi went to meet her father, who was sitting outside under the mango tree. She handed him a paper and said, "It's my West African Secondary School certificate exams result. I passed. 9 A's. Her father stared at it like it was a ghost. Within a year, Amarachi was awarded a full scholarship to the University of Jos. She left the village not as a bride, but as a beacon. Years later, when the village suffered a health crisis and no one could reach a doctor, it was Amarachi, now a medical doctor and public health advocate, who returned. She built a free clinic, started a literacy program for girls, and employed teachers to mentor the children the world had once forgotten. One day, as she stood before a crowd at a town hall event, Mr. Samuel, now old and grey, watched from the front row, tears brimming in his eyes. I thought educating a girl was a waste, he whispered to no one. But she became the one who saved us all. Education doesn't have a gender. A child's mind, whether girl or boy, is a seed. What it becomes depends on what we plant in it. Don't let tradition and beliefs rob the world of its brightest lights. Let every child shine.